What the hell is that? That's the chief.
Hello and welcome back once again, my friends, pioneers, werewolves, divergence, and glitches to another episode of the Daily Candle Close News. Sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever it is you are in the matrix and galaxy today. Hey, it is time for the crypto race. I'll behave, I'm just playing, but we got a whole lot to talk about today. And I have been on this amazing Decode for 3 whole days. For my pioneers, I'm not lying, like literally been up for going on 72 hours, grinding hard, working hard on a Decode to bring to you all, cause the Orange Man was just out here on 11/2, which is internationally written 2/11 because America don't know how to write a fucking date. And they tell you this, at least my teacher taught me this. I won't say her name, we'll save that. I remember her vividly telling me that here in America, we're the only country. She said there may be others, but we're really the only country that writes the date wrong, she said. And I remember the air quotations that she did in the air and when she was saying that. And so 2/11, when Trump had a 60 minutes interview, he was elected the 60th president of the United States of America. He was out here talking about being in a race to be the crypto capital of the world against China. So in the 60s, did we not see a space race? And it's the crypto race that I told you about in April, you guys. It is finally here. I'll behave. And this is the most historic month of Bitcoin, November. We call it the month of Bitcoin in our thesis, okay? But this week alone has been one of the most historic in history. And we're heading into 11/7, and we can get ready to see a Bitcoin squeeze. I'll behave. Either to 88K, maybe 92, close that CME gap, or to that 128K range. We got a whole lot to talk about today. So let's get into it. If we were to take from December 21st, 2012 and the end of the Mayan calendar, we see that this interview landed on the 4,700th day since the end of the Mayan calendar. The 4,700th day of a new age, a new world. And isn't Trump the one that's been taking us to that golden age that we decoded back in January of this past year for you all? Taking us into the age of Aquarius, the Jupiterian age, okay? And well, here we are today, seeing gold at new all-time highs, pushing 5K, the S&P 500 and the stocks in straight line breakouts, and Bitcoin struggling to hold 103K right now, after hitting 126,000 in October, right? So here we are. Again, this interview was on 2/11, which is the 47th prime. Okay, 47 ties us back into the Mayan calendar and time, a man-made construct. Okay, but what time is a constant. It is infinity and an ultimate connection to the tetragrammaton. God, source, creation itself. Okay? Tying us into Trump here and the government in a lockdown right now, the White House, Uncle Sam, all giving us that 47, remember? Okay, so if we take from the 4-7 date and the lows that we have seen in the crypto market this year during cherry blossom season that we were preparing you for, okay, not surprising, right? Okay, if we were to take from that date until today, or well, what was today now is the 4th, but you know, when I was breaking this down and releasing it to my pioneers, it was 211 days, tying us into the doomsday clock, the Mayan clock, the calendar, right? And the new world currency of cryptocurrency in the golden Jupiterian Aquarius age, okay? So not surprising right here, all tying us back into number 47. Okay, and I did an even more extensive and even deeper decode for my pioneers right here. That was me battling James Wynn a few minutes ago in his spaces. I ended up shutting it down with a question that I asked you guys, and then his rude ass, you know, wanted to talk about how am I going to bring any value. Like, but I just got started talking, you rude ass. You know, the Master Chief is out here calling them all out. You know what I'm saying? I done gained 30 fucking X followers just off that. You know what I'm saying? I'll behave. But anyways, if we were to take this back to the 117K highs. Oh, okay, let's just start from the top. Let's just start from the top. Bam, here we go again. All right. A chart I've been breaking down for my pioneers. As most of you are aware, my last live stream we were discussing the 88 and 128 code, discussing October and the October effect, which gives us 123 in numerology, and I've shared that with you all. Well, from July 4th, the birthday of America, okay, the 7-4 date, the mirror of 47, today, well, again, what was today, now we're leading into the 4th, was 123 days, tying us into the October effect, okay? So I wasn't surprised by that. This 1, 2, 3, go momentum that I teach my pioneers, 3, 2, 1, run, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, I'll behave. But if we take it back to the first blood moon eclipse this year, from yesterday, the day I was dropping this decode, to next year's eclipse, it's 3.14 pi, 3 months and 14 days away from February's eclipse in 2026. Sorry. We're tying ties to March 314 eclipse in just a minute, so bear with me right there. It's not a mistake. I jumped the gun on that one. But our 106K daily closes were just broken for the first time since October 6th, and the high at 126K. We had been holding for the last month 106 on every daily close. So this is very, very important, because yesterday was 106 days away from this upcoming eclipse that I think is more important than these blood moon eclipses that everybody's been fucking getting lost on this year. Okay, so again, those highs were at 126K, and the 126 we see is in Nakamoto, correct? We've made those ties before, right? And that's the creator of Bitcoin, and the Mayan prophecy, end of the world, giving us that same 126. So I'm still getting more and more confluence as to why our 126K tops have came in on 106, tying us into the Bitcoin price discovery we have been teaching you about for months at 126K after hitting 117 on 7/11 this year. Okay, so depending on if you count the end date or not, from September 7th, the day leaving 97 days left in the year in the Serpent year, Serpent 97, Crypto 97, Uranium 97. This was right after the start of Uranus stationed in retrograde, a direct tie to uranium, which is where it gets its name, Uranus, right? but that was 1 month and 26 days to the Trump 60 Minutes interview, where he's in a crypto race against China and letting y'all know we could potentially be seeing a short squeeze yet again, just like the one in 2023 that we called, just like last year after remember the 5th of November and the anniversary of Trump, the 60th president of the United States. And he was just telling us this on 60 Minutes. I'll behave. Maybe he's saying we're going to 60K, but I doubt it. It would truly go against all of everything in crypto and history. You know, I think we're going to 60 on the Fear and Greed Index. I'll behave. I think we're going back greedy, baby. But hey, I'll behave. That's what history shows we do in extreme fear moments. I mean, nothing goes straight down. Nothing goes straight up. Except for apparently gold. But anyway, I'll behave. You know, S&P 500. You know, let's get back to this Decode though. So, the CrowdStrike attack also occurred 1 year, 107 days ago, before yesterday when I was dropping this Decode, and that equates to Bitcoin or liquidity, giving us that same 117. So on 11/7, the Master Chief date, the Bitcoin date, let me show you Bitcoin. In numerology, the study of numbers gives you 117, tying us into liquidity. Could we see some liquidity come into the markets? What? And take us back to 126K? As we head into 11/7, I'll behave. But again, this is one of the most historic months, again, in seasonality and performance for Bitcoin. Okay? Look at this, 449%, 12, 19, 5, 53, 42, 8, 37. There's only been 4 red months in November's history and only 3 in October's history. And we just had one of those, down 3.69%. What? Study of Nikola Tesla, right? If you want to know the secrets of the universe, studying numbers and frequency, 369, right? The I am. Iodine and americium. Add those 2 elements up from the periodic table of elements, and what do you get? When you add them up, you get 369. I am the greatest chart analyst in all of crypto because I'm manifesting that. I'm speaking it into my reality. I'm backing that with my hard work, dedication, determination. Been up almost 72 fucking hours. You know what I'm saying? Grinding as we approach 11/7, the Master Chief date. And I'm thinking we can go back to 117K. What do we do as we're starting to see the 2 hours again reset, setting a bullish divergence and a fallen wedge, measuring exactly out to 117,400. I'm not saying we can't get a shakeout right now. Mars is entering freaking Sagittarius today. And that's not all of it. You know, I've been talking about this exact time period of 11/4 and the astrological energy that we are heading into this month in November. And we got remember the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day tomorrow. The 1 year anniversary of Trump's election. Didn't I do a live stream last year on 11/4 today, right? A 1 year anniversary today when I was saying we're going to watch a Trump victory and then post that, see a 88K Bitcoin. So we may, at the 1 year anniversary, finally be coming back to testing to that $88,000 range as a tribute to Donald Trump right here, right? Tying us into the numerology that we get in his name, right? Trump, the 47th president, 88. Do we head back to 88K at the 1 year anniversary of his election? That would really, not only the 2 hour, it would really truly reset the 2 hour, but it would also be resetting the daily and be allowing us to grab liquidity and then short squeeze the bulls, the bears. I'm not financial advice. The James Wynn's of the world. Let us pray, rude ass. I'll behave. November 6th, we got Venus entering Scorpio. That's, gonna be interesting. But Mercury retrograde begins in Sagittarius on the 9th, while Uranus is still stationed in retrograde, and I've shared that historic performance with them two combined, okay? Every single time you've seen a bullish Mercury retrograde, it has been during a top of Bitcoin seasonality. Over the last 3 cycles prior to this one, it has been during a Uranus retrograde, and we're going to hat trick that in a trifecta with Jupiter going retrograde on the 11th? What? You gotta be kidding me, dude. So Mercury being the god of finance and Uranus being the god of tech and all things crypto. Oh Lord, let us pray in the Jupiterian golden age under a Trump presidency, the first ever crypto president out here talking about the crypto race with China. I'm just saying, come 11/11, let's see what happens. 11/10 is the 314th day of the year. Pi gets us right back into our decode that we were talking about. If we were to see and take, this has got a lot to do with the Cuba blackout, the Cuba Missile Crisis, I believe. What we've seen is these blackouts over the last several months, all tied to Cuba, all right? And that's pretty interesting. I'm breaking that down with my pioneers. But the last one we saw, the third one, was on the 3/14/2025 blood moon eclipse, which was 311 days ago, prior to 11/3 yesterday, right? Crazy. And then of course the last one was the same day Charlie Kirk was assassinated and got his dome rocked. Okay, exactly 1 month and 26 days before remember the 5th of November. So do we head back towards 126K as we transition past this time period following the algorithmic code that we are breaking down here? You know what I'm saying? Mercury is not only going retrograde this month, but it is conjuncting Mars on the 12th. And that is huge, okay? That's the god of war. God of finance versus god of war come the 11th and 12th. We're going to be watching that time period mid-November. But then it's going to be leaving Sagittarius on the 19th. And then conjunct with Lilith on the 21st for that 21st, 22nd microstructure reset of the month that we talk about here. Okay? And then we are going to be conjuncting Venus with Mercury on the 25th. And I'm just really excited about that because that's as Saturn gets ready to station direct and leaves retrograde around the 28th. Okay? So Mercury will then go direct the very next day. And I think that's going to be the start of Ophiuchus in the Serpent year. You see what I'm saying, pioneers? We are heading into a very, very volatile month that could be shaky and rocky, and don't get confused, baby. But if you follow the Master Chief, we will never let you get lost and left behind. I promise that. All right? I promise that. We will be out here whether we go to the 88K because the Hindenburg Omen indicator was just triggered and nobody in the world is talking about it, or today. And then tomorrow, we are leading into the longest government shutdown in the world. And was the Master Chief not preparing you guys for potentially a prolonged government shutdown that could shake up these markets? Okay? Especially, and it didn't happen, but especially if the Fed were to come out here and say, we just need to pause right now with this government shutdown, etc., etc. That was always a possibility, and y'all know it. But they gave us the little 0.25% base hike to shut us the fuck up. Okay? So, we'll see what happens come December. But right now, we don't have a Fed FOMC meeting this month to cut rates. It will be next month as we head into the 1-year anniversary of that rare, dark, black moon that we had last December 30th. Okay? So this is all, that's 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, go. Anyway, this is all very, very, very powerful and important as we cap off the end of the year in the fourth quarter and head into 2026. But don't get lost, don't get confused, and don't follow the fucking James Winds of the world. Rude asses, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't do your own due diligence and research like we've been doing here for 12 plus years, sharing it for the last 6. And my historic calls of the 126K during a Uranus station in retrograde has again proved that I'm striving to be what I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? The greatest chart analyst in the world, the master chief of crypto, and the first inductee into the Crypto Hall of Fame. Pioneers, I tell you, we've got some times ahead of us, and we are just getting started. They ain't seen nothing yet, not a thing. So we're either about to lose this fourth retest of what has been a year-long trading horizontal range of a previous resistance that has been flipped into support. And I don't know about y'all, but I know about the 4 or more rule. You know what I'm saying? So if we've traded back at 103K and then touched it again 3 more times, arguably 4 or 5 times, right, the 4 or more rule, if we are just grinding down into that psychological $100,000 range that everybody keeps calling for and ain't getting there yet, well then what if we bounce yet again from it and then set a new all-time high after a Fed rate cut as we head into the most prolific and performing month of Bitcoin? Boy, talk about winning. I'll behave, because all we do is win around here. You know what I'm saying? So we will see if we lose this very, again, a 1-year support of 103K and see that 88K, that 97K in the serpent year tied to crypto as we head into 11/7, which in Latin, Nov is 9. November, Nov, 9/7. Do we head to 97K? Grab some more liquidity and then trap the bears? Only time will tell. It could be that 88K where we've shown you that 1618 to close the CME gap. We will see. This week is going to be critical and important. All it takes is for somebody to give Donald Trump his phone back and him to goddamn make a tariff tweet and, boom. In the morning on the 1-year anniversary of it, or right before the eve of the 1-year anniversary of it today, we see Donald Trump in another tariff war against China because, he wants to be the crypto capital of the world. He was just on 60 Minutes telling us this, you guys. Go and watch the interview. I'm just saying, I've shared it. As a matter of fact, we'll play the short clip that I shared with my pioneers so you know exactly what he said. I gotta remember where I put it. Actually, I got one hidden. These ain't my words.
To it very big right now. Now China's getting into it very big right now. If you want to go after people, you're going to kill that industry, and it'll be very bad. Tremendous number of jobs. I campaigned positively on crypto, very openly. I campaigned. Biden campaigned against it. When Biden found out that I was getting like 100% of the crypto vote, which was a lot, he switched totally, and he went in favor of crypto. They went totally in favor. They had many people under indictment. They let them all go. They let them all go. You know that. Many people were under indictment. Biden was a corrupt president. Biden went all in on crypto at the very end because he thought he could get some votes. It didn't work. They voted for me. I want to make crypto great for America. That's the only thing. I don't want to have somebody else have crypto and have China be number 1 in the world in crypto. Because in crypto, it's a kind of an industry where basically you're going to have number 1 and you're not going to have a number 2. And right now we're number 1 by a long shot. I want to keep it that way. The same way we're number 1 with AI, we're number 1 with crypto. And I want to keep it that way.
And he wants to keep it that way. So again, this is like I've been seeing all year long. If you go back to April of 2000, April 22nd, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, of 2025, I was out here preparing you that this is what comes next. Again, Donald Trump is the 60th president. In the 60s, we had the space race, okay? And now, it's July, So we still got to scroll back to April. Sorry, you guys. We made a lot of history since April. Literally. Okay. But boom. The crypto race is next. We've been warning you. And now here, the number one alchemist and sorcerer on the world stage is out here telling you himself that the crypto race has started. Okay? And we're still leading China. Alright? So I don't see that ending anytime soon as long as this man's at the helm. So I'm going to continue to bet on, the everything bubble continuing. Whether that's we see this ABC correction get deeper and a 1, 2, 3, 4 rejection at 106, 107 probably. 103 maybe, actually. It'd be a great 1 year resistance to hit again and then get pushed into that lower range for a fifth wave and an ABC corrective Elliott wave pattern theory. Alright? If not, then, well, we can just get rid of this right now, and we're just watching this continued fractal that we've been breaking down play out. It's either the omen, the Hindenburg omen that was triggered on 129, October 29th, is going to play out yet again. It's only called 47 of the last double bottoms, right? So we'll see. Or the 47 of the last double sell-offs. I'll say it like that. I don't want to call it double bottoms, right? And we're under the 47th president of the United States, so we can really pay attention to this. It has numerical ties to 88. Hindenburg omen, it triggered 88. We can see that 88K off of this and then come back. Or we're heading into that November, just like last year, right here, November 4th, Election Day. Remember the 5th of November, and then we short squeezed all the way through 11/7, 11/11, the rest of November. And then we chopped into December, and we gave you the December 18th de-risk, breaking the trend line. We gave that in advance, December 18th, too. But we came out in class on the 15th, and we talked about that, you guys. So, again, go to dailycandleclosenews.com and sign up for class. It's up to you to be there twice a week. We're going to have a class tonight. Yeah, Coach, you said you've been up 72 hours. And I pray to God I'm there at class tonight, too. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if this fractal that we are eating these lows around this same astrological time period I've been warning you about between October 28th and November 4th of this year. And what happened since October 26th through the 28th into November 4th this year? We're doing exactly what this fractal has done the last 3 times we've had sell-offs like this before we could possibly bounce from 102, 103-ish, the same 1 year trend line that we've been holding horizontally. Until that's broken, we can't be bearish. Anyways, we're just grinding out the wicks here, grabbing liquidity possibly, and we could literally still see this reverse. Let's see what happens here. It's what history shows. So with that being said, pioneers, I'm signing out. I'm going to get ready to go to work again here in a few. Make me a cup of coffee, enjoy it on the balcony, watch the sun rise, and get some things ready for my son to have a great day. So pioneers, rise, build your fortress, build your legacy.